Good morning, everybody. This is Pradeep Kumar, Director IT and GIS in National Water Academy, Pune. And I welcome you in this session, that is land cover classification using Google Earth Engine. In this session, I am going to use semi-supervised classification method. Generally, this method involves the collection of training data, training sample point from image itself. Okay, so you have a background image, maybe Landsat 8 or Sentinel-2, and then using that image you will collect some points, maybe 40-50 for different land cover and land use, and those sample point will be used to train your classifier, and then that classifier I will use to classify my image. So let's start. Okay, open your code editor, then you open that script, that is classification demo. Okay, now in this session I am not going to give very detailed explanation of every line of code. I think now you can understand what actually a particular line do. For example, what this line is doing, nothing but it's filtering the data from based on dates, based on region of interest, like this. What this center object means, what this map.add layer do, what its various parameters and various argument you have to give. Okay, some new function if I am using, I will tell you, but I am going little bit fast in this session. Okay, so try to understand what I am going to do. Okay, so very first I am importing my Landsat image, that L8, which is the variable which contain the information about this particular Landsat 8 data. Okay, and these are the training data which I have created using this geometry tool. I will tell you how we can create this data. Okay, so this first line of code, I am filtering my data. I am using the data from 1st January 2015 to 31st December 2015. I am also filtering my data based on my region of interest. So I am setting a point that is for Pune region. Okay, so it will filter the data based on this region of interest. Then I am sorting the my data based on the cloud cover percentage, and then my first image will be almost cloud free. So this image will contain single image which is cloud free image, or it's a Landsat 8 image. Okay, then this is to set the center of my map. Okay, and my zoom level is 11, and then I am using this map add layer to display my data on the canvas area. So let me run it. So if I run it, okay, this is the Landsat 8 image, and because I have set my band combination, that is FCC band combination, so that's why this image is FCC image. Okay, and I am stretching the data from 0 to maximum value 0.3, and this is my layer name which will come here. Okay, now in this image I have to collect some points which you see that this particular point is 100% is the type of land. Okay, for example, I can clearly see this pixel is water pixel. Okay, so you have to select those points which you have 100% confidence. Okay, this particular point is this type of land cover or land type. Okay, so I am using point data here. I will collect 20 points for each class. I am using 4 classes here: urban data, vegetation data, water data, and soil data. So I will classify this image based on 4 class. Okay, so how we can collect the training data? So click here first, then new layer. Okay, then you have to click this edit layer property. So let name it urban 1. Then you have to define this layer as a feature collection. Give property should be any name you give. I am giving land cover, and value is, it should be number. Okay, it start from 0 1 2 3 4. So first I am giving 0. Once you set this thing, you press OK. Okay, again one more time, you have to define the name of layer. Okay, then import as a feature collection. Then you have to specify the property name, that is one which I am using is land cover, and value is should be number starting from 0. So first from 0, then 1, then 2, and then 3, so on. Okay, and after that you press OK. Now this has come, and then because it is a urban data, so try to see which pixels is 100% urban and select 20 points. Okay, and that is why I have created this image as FCC, because in FCC you can clearly see, almost see that this is the urban class, or this is urban pixel, this is water pixel, this is green pixel. Generally vegetation have red color, urban pixel have greenish tone, water have black pixels, soil have little bit in between green and red. Okay, so I am clicking first, this is my first point. Okay, second point, third point, fourth point. So similarly you can select 20 points, at least 20 points. Okay, then again click this and click this new layer. Okay, it will name as, the default name is geometry. You click here, then define as a water 1, then geometry is feature collection, property same name you have to provide, same name which you have provided earlier, land cover, value now it is 1. Okay, it should be same for every geometry or every type of training data you are collecting. Okay, only change is the name and the value now it is, earlier I have given 0, now it should be 1. Okay, so press OK. So pick the 100% pixels water, so I know that this is water 1. Point should be such that it cover almost every part of image. It's good actually. If you want to pan the image, you click here. Okay, and then again you click here. If you want to pan the image, click here. Now to take the point, you have to click again this marker. So like this way you have to collect 20 points. 20 points for water, 20 points for vegetation and 20 point for soil. Vegetations, like if you see, you will see some fields where some cropping fields is there. You can clearly see this is the cropping field. Okay, so you select some points from this, and also you will see this dark red color points like this, maybe in hilly region. Okay, like this you select some points. Okay, these red pixels you see, these are the vegetation. So you have to select the points like this way. Okay, once you have selected the 20 points for each classes, then you have to merge the data into one vector layer. Okay, so this is the code. So first layer dot merge vegetation, so first merging this vegetation to urban, then merging the water, and then last I am merging soil. So this particular new FC will contain the all merged vector data into one vector. If I will print this, see what it will show. Okay, so run it. Now it's have total 82 elements. You see 20, 20, 22 and 20. So these all elements now in a single feature collection object which have 82 elements, and these are the features. Okay, next step is you have to set your bands you are going to use in the classification. Which set of bands you are going to use. See, when you collect some points, so what actually you are doing for a particular point, suppose I take water, what is the values for these bands, each 6 bands for that pixel. Okay, got my point? So if I am collecting a point that is of type of a vegetation, means this means I am going to extract the values of each band at that pixel. So like this way I have now 82 points, that is training data. Once I will use those points and I am defining my bands here, so using this next set of code, I am collecting the training data. Okay, means I am telling that in this image I want to select these bands, and this is the my extraction point which we have created, that is 82 points. And what it will extract, it will extract the reflectance value for each band, this for every 82 points. So now I have a tabulated data, you can say, in which column is defined by these and rows have 82 rows. So now this have a tabulated data, so you can just print it, print training, and run it again. Now this will contain the bands value for each points. See, property we have now using, and the value you can see in the feature, each feature and properties. This is the band value at that point for this image which I am using. Okay, so it will extract the each band information and store in this training feature class object. Okay, training feature collection object. Okay, so every point now have its each band information. So now we have the what we have now, we have its spectral curve information. Okay, and now we will use this information to classify our data. And for classification I am using this classifier, that is cart. There is a lot of classification available, but I am using this e classifier.cart. Okay, you can see the document for various type of classifier in Google Earth Engine. Okay, so once again, what this training sample region do? The sample region nothing but it collecting the band information using sample points which I have created using this tool, and each band value is stored in this data set. Okay, second, I am using a classifier, that is classifier.cart, and I am going to use this training data to train my classifier. Okay, so feature which training data you want to use for train the classifier, that training which I have created, and which class property that we have created. If you remember, when I created that vector data, I have used the property name land cover. So same property you have to define here. And input property, what is the input property? You means what bands you are going to use to train the classifier, the same band which I have declared here. Okay, so this particular set of code, it's train that classifier, and then I will classify my data using this classifier. Okay, the code is image select bands, select the bands which you are going to use, that is this, and apply the classifier to this band of this set of bands for this image. And last, I am displaying the data. Okay, so run this code and see. It will take some time. Okay, now you see this red color is your urban area, this is your water, and this green color is your field, or you can green vegetations, and this color, this is light green, very light green, is a soil, or you can say very sparse vegetations. Now here I am using only 4 classes, so you see 4 type of color. Okay, if you can identify the points, means you know that this particular point is 100% of that type of land, then you can further increase the classes and you can create very good land classifications. If you have training data with you, suppose you have done some field survey and you collected some points, then you can import those points into this Google Earth Engine, okay, in form of feature classes, and you can use that feature class to classify your image. Okay, so that is called supervised classification. I think overall methodology you understood. What first you have to load the image, okay, then select the image that should be your cloud free image. Then you have to create a feature collection which contain the extraction point, or you can say sampling points, okay, which will use to store the training data. Okay, then you have to merge all the vector data, or you can say sample point vector data, into one feature collection object. Then you have to define the bands which you are going to use for the classifications. And then finally I am training my train my classifier for the classification, and finally I classify the image and display the image. Hope the procedure you understood. I will provide this code. Try to learn what actually I am doing. Okay, this is a simple example for classification. So I hope you understood the procedure. So I will stop here. Thank you.